crypto taking a brief moment to consolidate. The question on my mind is how brief of a moment is it going to be? This is actually Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart. I think is going to really kind of act as a good roadmap for all of crypto right now. I don't zoom in on these charts like this too often, but I think it's a good time to do it as Bitcoin's approaching a very critical area of its current consolidation and structure. So we're going to talk about that, the broader landscape of crypto right now and the consolidation that's happening, and then Bitcoin technical analysis. So hit the subscribe and like on the way in. Let's jump into the video, and I want to start real briefly. In relation to altcoins, I just want to get this out there because I think there's two sides of thought here. One, we're towards the top of a bull market, and the other, it's just beginning. And I just said the XRP, ADA, Algo, HBAR, XLM, and others, Link, pumps aren't bull market top indicators. The pumps are whales getting into position for the bull market. I think the data has been pretty clear from an on-chain perspective in terms of that, let alone the cycles of crypto and Bitcoin dominance now just starting to fall as we enter altcoin season. And then I posted this in relation to the price action right now. The bull market price action has me hype. It really does have me excited. I was getting uncomfortable. Wow, grammar mistake. I like dips. Dips are the main ingredient to parabolic all-time highs. And after I posted that, I actually went and I looked at the total crypto market cap chart, and I was like, oh no, this isn't really even a dip. We're in a current red daily candle. There's still almost 8 hours left, but like it actually hasn't dipped that much. So I want to talk about that a little bit, and then we're going to dive into the BTC price action. So first things first, Bitcoin dominance, and this is all relating to altcoins. So when we're talking about altcoin season, this chart is truly what we're looking at. If you remember, Bitcoin dominance started falling like right around January 4th, 2021 last cycle. This kickstarted altcoin season. Speculatively, I've been having this at kind of the beginning of December, altcoin season. But if I take my purple line, my speculative purple line, I really think like this move of Bitcoin falling is very reflective of Bitcoin falling January 4th last cycle. And I think we're going to move that line over here now that we have this data. It was all very close, but this is where I'm thinking altcoin season is beginning, and many people are, and this is what we've been talking about on the YouTube channel for weeks now, but we have kind of a really nice snapshot of what it looks like now that we're here. And so now that this is happening, what can we anticipate for altcoins? So here's total crypto market cap chart. We just looked at it. It's getting some consolidation, but what I really want to look at is this chart, and this is the total crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. And this is what it's looking like right now. Let me move this over now. I think this was November 21st. So if we take this purple line and we look at, all right, where are we in the cycle? It's maybe the beginning of altcoin season. We have a current daily red candle, right? Please note, we've not even really broken all-time highs in terms of last cycle. So this is just the beginning from that perspective. But if we go back now and we look at the last cycle at altcoin season beginning, I just want to look at consolidation. I mentioned I really like dips. This is what it looks like on a total crypto market cap chart, on an altcoin market cap chart, we can say, and around this time last cycle. So not only do I want to point out the volatility, so here's 2 days of 30% dips, but I want to point out how long it lasts, meaning it doesn't last long at all before kind of going higher. Just at a glance, this chart is just higher highs and higher lows with 30% dips sprinkled in. We can go kind of further into the bull market last cycle, and you can just see swing high to swing low, 35% dip. And all the while, you see the support at the 20-day moving average on this total crypto market cap chart. And if we go to the chart right now, you can just see we're kind of overextended from that 20-day moving average. And it is sub $1 trillion market cap. So from where we are right now, it's another 15% or so to the downside. I don't know what's going to happen the next day or two or three or four, but I am allowing for room for further consolidation. Again, if you just look at the total crypto market cap chart, it feels like such a kind of, I mean, when I woke up and I looked at the charts, it just seemed like there were a lot of pullbacks. But when we're looking at this, it's really not even that bad. So maybe we can get some clues in terms of what's next for crypto by going to Bitcoin on the daily chart. And I'll talk about upside and downside. What's awesome is currently on the daily chart, we have just continued support at the 20-day moving average. So we have a pattern here, and that's why I'm going to be opening up the 4-hour chart. But before we talk about the 4-hour and targets to the upside and downside, I do want to just mention something in relation to this Bitcoin chart. And now that I'm on this Bitcoin chart, let me actually move this indicator over as well, back to, I think it was November 21st. So this consolidation that's taking place looks really healthy, looks really nice. Bitcoin actually, it looks like it's ready for an explosive move to the upside. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to go to last cycle. At this moment, there's altcoin season beginning. Bitcoin was actually doing something very similar right here, pulling into the 20-day moving average, even actually a similar pattern. You can see kind of a symmetrical triangle right there, looking pretty healthy at the 20-day moving average at the time, thinking, man, let's continue this bull market. And then guess what? Bitcoin actually fell to the 50-day moving average before actually continuing the bull market. And that move back then from that 20-day moving average to the 50-day is around a 20% move for Bitcoin. If we go look at the Bitcoin charts right now and we measure the move, that is from the 20 to 50, we're looking at around a 14, 15% move to that area of support. So when we're about to look at the 4-hour zoomed in chart, keep in mind, at this moment last cycle, the downside move is the move that Bitcoin made, and it was around a 20% move. So further consolidation, a further dip for Bitcoin into the 80s, the lower 80s, is actually normal. It's healthy. And it could be a very strong indicator for continuation in the bull market. But I digress from that, and let's go to the 4-hour, and we just have simple targets. Target to the downside is, like we just kind of discussed, into the 80s. So that could be a scenario, and it's around $85,000 target. It could be in a scenario where Bitcoin actually starts falling, and you can just see it's falling to the target. And then the 50-day moving average actually pulls into that area, and then we're getting the move to the upside. Now, alternatively, Bitcoin actually makes a move which diverges from last cycle at this moment, and that is to say a move to the upside, target to the upside close to $110,000. So the question is, and this is always the question, which way is it going to go? And I'm not here to predict. I'm here to visualize both scenarios. I'm here to actually take historical data as well, like we just did, to just show myself, you know what? If it did break down, that's actually what Bitcoin did last cycle. And that's nothing to freak out about. So that's why I do that. But I like visualizing both scenarios. And in this case, we can just start looking on this chart. Now that we're at the apex of the symmetrical triangle, are we getting the break out of the upper trend line? And then are we seeing a throwback to the apex for support, for continuation? Or are we getting a break to the downside? And will there be a pullback of resistance for continuation? So this is what I'm watching on the 4-hour. I think this is the best possible roadmap we have for crypto right now to kind of get a sense of, are we going higher in the short term, or is there just a much needed moment of consolidation? And this 4-hour chart for Bitcoin is probably the best chart to look at for that. And that's what I'll be watching today as we kind of go into the rest of the day and into the rest of the week. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below, everybody. Pausing, taking a breather, I think is so needed and good in bull market. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe, turn notifications on. And if you enjoyed the video, please smash the like button. Your support, it means a ton to me. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.